Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yes, I welcome everyone this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. It is 8 a.m. Yes, it is the morning. It's the 28th of July, 2020. And it is time for English Home Language for grade 8. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. You are all welcome. If you are there, let us see you say hi in the chat so we can see who is with us today. Let us see who is with us today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. So today we will be continuing with doing clauses. Remember yesterday we were doing clauses, so even today we will continue in the same line of doing clauses. So without a waste of time, let us get to the lesson. Okay, so this is what today's lesson will be all about. A noun clause, an adjectival clause, as well as an adverbial clause. Remember, we did them in the previous lesson, so today we are continuing, and in today's lesson, we will be more focused on doing problems and activities to really make sure, to really see if we are able to identify a noun clause, an adjectival clause, as well as an adverbial clause in a sentence. Yes. So like I've said in the previous lesson, it is what we learned, it is what we went through. The noun clause, the adjectival clause, as well as the adverbial clause. So remember that if you have a question or if you need clarity on any of these things, please do not hesitate to ask. You can type your question in the chat, or you can simply raise your hand and I will give you an opportunity to speak. Okay, so this is how our lesson will be looking like. We will just fly over the noun clause, the adjectival clauses, as well as the adverbial clauses. So today's lesson will really be more focused on the application of what we have learned about adjectival clauses, adverbial clauses, as well as the noun clauses. All right, let's continue. Also, this is what we did yesterday. We just have to pass through so that we make sure that we are still on the right track. Okay, so a phrase is a group of words that does not have a finite verb. Okay, so if this group of words in a phrase, they make sense, but they're clearly incomplete. That's something you need to remember. And you also need to remember that a clause is a group of words that does have a finite verb. That this group of words in a clause, they are complete and they make sense. Okay, so that is what we need to remember from yesterday so that we are really ready for what we have in store for today. Our everyday quote, knowledge is power. Yes, we still do not know even today who was the person who said that. Okay, and we also need to remember that a clause is a group of words that does have a finite verb. Okay, so that's very, very, very important for you to remember. Okay, so today I'm not going through examples, I'm just going through the definitions so that we can get to the exercises so that we can have more time to explain them to see what is the answer and why the answer is the answer. Yes. So a noun clause is a group of words where the nouns act as a noun and they can be the subject or the object of a sentence. Okay, remember we did say that yesterday. If you still need clarity on that, you can write your question in the chat or you can simply raise your hand and I will give you a chance to ask your question. Then with the adjectival clause, we said that adjectival clauses describe a noun in a sentence. So if you remember well, we said an adjectival clause, it functions the same as an adjective. The relative pronouns who, which, or that serve to show us an adjectival clause. Okay, so you realize that when you see these relative pronouns, they usually introduce an adjectival clause to us. Okay, remember I said we are not doing examples today. We will be doing something new, that which we didn't do in the previous lesson. And then still on adjectival clauses, an adjectival clause is a group of words which contain a finite verb and they act as an adjective and they often begin with who, whom, which, or that. Okay, so that is about the adjectival clause. That is how you can be able to identify it. You know, it will start with the word who, whom, which, or that. Okay, and another thing about an adjectival clause is that it will function as an adjective. Then we have adverbial clause. Adverbial clauses are introduced by words such as although, before, when, and because. Okay, so usually an adverbial clause, it will be introduced by the words although, before, when, and because. Then adverbial clauses, they tell us more about the verb in a sentence. So an adverbial clause, it does the same thing that an adverb does. Yes. Okay, now we can move on. Is there any question on that? Is there any where you need clarity? So adverbial clauses, they act as adverbs, as I've said, and they tell us more about how the action takes place, when it takes place, where it takes place, as well as why the action takes place. Is there any question about that? Is there any question? Do you need clarity on something before we start with the exercises, with the activities? Is there any question? Is there any question or do you need clarity on anything? Okay, seems like there is no question, so we can move on. So, okay, for the exercises that we are going to do, I would like to ask you to put your hands up so that you can answer these questions. Okay, yes, it will be easier for us, and because of time constraints, then we will have to, because of time constraints, you'll have to raise your hand and I'll give you a chance to speak. Okay, so that we can be able to finish the activities about the noun clause, adjectival clause, as well as the adverbial clause. Okay, let us go through the summary quickly. A noun clause, it acts as a noun and it can be the subject or the object of a sentence. An adjectival clause acts as an adjective and it describes a noun in a sentence. An adverbial clause, it tells us more about the verb in a sentence. So that is what we need to know. And now that we know all these, then we can start. All right, so since you said that a noun clause acts as a subject or an object, and you should also remember that noun clauses are usually introduced by the connecting word that. Okay, sometimes question words such as why, what, where, when, and how can also be used to introduce noun clauses. Okay, all right, now we are ready to start with the activity. So that's the activity there. It says, the question says, identify the noun clauses in the following sentences. Number one, I cannot understand why she is angry with me. So which one there is our noun clause? So which one is our noun clause in the first question? What is our noun clause in the first question? Remember, this is a class activity, so we are all doing it. Remember, we said that a noun clause, we said that a noun clause is, okay, it is a group of words which have with a finite verb and it will act as a noun and it can be the subject or the object of a sentence. Okay, let us see. In the chat, we have Teza and Natalie saying, why she's angry with me is our noun clause. Okay, so yes, that is correct. Why she's angry with me is our noun clause. Why she's angry with me is our noun clause. All right. Number two, they said that they will accept the offer. What is our noun clause there? What is our noun clause there? They said that they will accept the offer. Remember, you can raise your hand so that you can tell us the answer, because in the chat I see your answers are incorrect, so I cannot read them. I cannot read them because your answers in the chat are incorrect. Therefore, if you could raise your hand and your answer is incorrect, then I will be able to correct you on the spot. Okay, remember, I said because of time constraints, I will not be able to correct you in the chat because we need to do, there are 3 class activities in this lesson, so we need to do them all. Okay, so if you could raise your hand, then if it happens that your answer is incorrect, then I can correct you right there on the spot so that we will be able to have more time to move on to the other next questions. So please raise your hand so that you can tell us what you think is the answer. I still see incorrect answers in the chat. So remember, since it is incorrect, I cannot read them. Since your answers in the chat are incorrect, I cannot read them. Therefore, please, anyone raise your hand, give us the correct answer, and if it's not correct, we will correct it right there on the spot, so that we would have enough time to do all the questions of all the activities in our lesson today. Okay, so the answer for number 2, the non-clause here is that they will accept the offer. That they will accept the offer is our non-clause here. Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 3, I think I will win. What is our non-clause there? I think I will win. I think I will win. So for number 3, the correct noun clause is I will win. Okay, so I will win becomes our noun clause. Number 4, he told me that he will come. He told me that he will come. Okay, thank you, Asan. We have had a hand, but we lost it. So please raise your hand again. Remember, for us to be able to do all, remember, there are 3 class activities in the lesson. So for us to do all of them and be able to explain the answer for each and every one of them, we will need to raise our hands. So number 4, he told me that he would come. What is the answer for that one? Okay, we have Leseri's hand up.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Leseri, how are you?
I'm finding you, sir.
I'm good, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The answer there is that he would come.
that he will come. Thank you, Leseri. That is correct. Yes, that is correct, that he would come. Remember, I did say that in the previous slide that a noun clause is usually introduced by the connecting with that. Okay, and you'll also realize, yes, and you also realize he told me that he will come. Okay, so you see that he would come. You can also replace this with the name of a place. Okay, then you'll see that, okay, this really is a noun clause. Thank you so much, Lesedi. Thank you. Let's go to the next one, number 5. That you should cheat me has me. This is a tricky one. That you should cheat me has me. What is the answer there? That you should cheat me has me. So what is the answer for number 6? Lesedi again. Thank you, Lesedi. What is the answer for number 5?
So the answer is that you should cheat.
Okay, the answer is that you should cheat me.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, because okay, another way is that you can really turn it around and say it has me that you should cheat me. You see, so then that you should cheat me becomes our non-clause here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to the next one. You can eat whatever you want. You can eat whatever you want. Okay, let's say I see you're still on. Can you answer that one for us? Number 6, you can eat whatever you want. What is the non-clause there?
I think it's whatever you want.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Whatever you want becomes our noun clause because you can eat whatever you want, then becomes our noun clause because you can substitute any food item there and it will still make sense. You know, you can eat banana, you can eat apple or whatever the food item. Okay, so whatever you want there, it really stands for a certain noun. Therefore, whatever you want becomes our noun clause. Thank you so much. Number 7, can you guess what I want? Can you guess what I want? Okay, we have Nkanka. Let's give Lesedi a break by giving Nkanka a chance to answer this one.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So sorry I'm late. I was busy. I was busy outside.
Okay, don't worry, no worries, no worries. Better late than never.
So
But
the
please,
answer is for number 7. What
yes,
I
number
want.
7. Yes,
What I want. I think, sir.
yeah, yes, you are right. The correct answer is what I want. Okay, so what I want here becomes our noun clause. Thank you, Nkanka. Then number 8, I feel certain that she will come. What is our noun clause there? I
So I
feel
think.
certain that, yes.
So I think it's she will come.
Mm, read it again. Read it again.
I feel
There is
certain
one word that which you have left out in your answer, and it is also
that
part
she
of.
will come, sir.
Yes. So the correct answer will be that she will come. Okay. I feel certain that she will come. Therefore, that she will come becomes our noun clause. Okay. Number 9. I do not know what she wants. I do not know what she wants. Okay, we have Lesedi again. Thank you, Lesedi. Thank you. Yes, what is the answer?
The answer is what she wants.
What she wants. Thank you. That's correct. That is the answer. Yes. Then the last one for a noun clause. No one knows where he is. Where's what is our noun clause there? Yes, Lesedi.
So I think it's where he is.
Where he is. Thank you so much, Lesedi. Thank you so much. That is the correct answer. So do we all understand how we identify a noun clause in a sentence? Do we all understand that, or is there anyone who needs clarity on something before we move on to the next class activity, which will be about adjectival clauses? Okay, so we can pass. I see a lot of yes in the chat saying that you have understood what we were doing. Okay, so class activity 2, identify the adjectival clauses in the following sentences. Okay, I will need to black out just a bit. Okay, so now we will be going to the adjectival clauses. So with the adjectival clauses, we will need to, okay, in the following 10 sentences, we will need to identify adjectival clauses. Okay, so one thing that which we need to remember before we start is that adjectival clauses, they function the same as an adjective. Remember that an adjective, it is a descriptive word. It describes a noun. Therefore, even an adjectival clause, it describes a noun. All right, okay. Now that we know that, then we are ready for this. So now that we know that, then it makes us, so then now we should be ready. We are ready for the next exercise, the next class activity. That is what I mean to say. So okay, now we are about to start. Remember, I just said that an adjectival clause, it is used to describe or to modify a noun, just like an adjective does. Okay, so the function of an adjectival clause, it is the same as that of an adjective. Okay, so now we are ready to answer the question. All right, there they are. So the first one, the girl who won the first prize is my niece. So where is our adjectival clause there? Tell us which is the adjectival clause and also tell us why that makes it the adjectival clause. Okay, we have Asanda's hand up. Asanda's gone. So yes, you can come back, Asanda. You can come back so we can give you a chance to answer this question for us. So what is the answer for the first one? The girl who won the prize is my niece.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Asanda. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, sir.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for raising your hand. So what is the answer for the first one?
Who won, sir?
Oh, can you just read the whole adjectival clause?
Who won the first prize, sir?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. So the adjectival clause here is who won the first prize. Why? Because the adjectival clause who won the first prize, it describes who? It describes the girl. It modifies the girl. Okay, so thank you so much, Asanda. Thank you. That is correct. We can go to number 2 now. The forest through which we traveled was dark and gloomy. So what is the answer there? Okay, we have Nkanka. Okay, Natalie, you will be next. Just keep your hand up. Okay, number 2. Yes, Nkanka, what's the answer?
Which we traveled.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. That is true. So the forest through which we traveled was dark and gloomy. So here it means that the adjectival clause would be which you traveled, because which you traveled, it tells us about the forest. Thank you so much, Nkanka. That is correct. Number 3, my sister who lives in Mexico is a nurse. Let's give this one to Natalie.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, how are you?
Fine, and you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for raising your hand. So what is the answer?
Who lives in Mexico?
Who lives in Mexico. Thank you so much. So that is our adjectival clause. Why? Because it tells us about my sister. It tells us about my sister. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. That is correct. Number 4, this is the same house that Tennyson occupied. This one sounds a bit tricky, but Lesedi sent this up. Let's hear what Lesedi has to say.
So
Yes, Lesedi. So what is the answer here?
that Tennyson occupied.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. That is correct, Lesedi. That Tennyson occupied is our adjectival clause because it describes the house. Yes, thank you so much. Number 5, this is the same old story that we have been hearing since our childhood. So what is our adjectival clause here? Okay, Lesedi sent this still up.
Sir,
Yes.
the answer is that we have been hearing.
Well, the answer is that we have been hearing. Yes, that is correct. That we have been hearing is our adjectival clause in this sentence. Thank you so much, Lesedi. Thank you. Then, wow, you guys really understand this. I'm so glad. I'm so happy that you are really doing so well with answering these questions. Okay, the next one. He has a brilliant son who is certain to bring credit to his family. Okay, Natalie sent this up. She will answer that one for us.
Who is certain to bring credit?
Who is certain to bring credit? Thank you. Yes, Natalie, that is correct. So who is certain to bring credit is our adjectival clause in this sentence. Then number 7, all that glitters is not.
That glitters, sir.
That glitters, okay? Yes, so that is correct, Natalie. That glitters is the answer to number 7. Then let's go to number 8. He that is down, okay, he that is down fears no fall. Who wants to answer that one? Okay, so let's send this up. Yes, let's say he that is down fears no fall. What is the adjectival clause there?
That that is down fierce. That is down
Okay,
fierce, sir.
the answer here will be that is down fierce. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Remember, yeah, he that is down fears no evil. So no, okay, no. The correct one here is that is down. Okay, so it will be he, comma, that is down, fears no fall. So our adjectival clause here is that is down.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is down. Yes. Remember, for this to be a clause, it has to have a finite verb. So in this instance, our finite verb will be the auxiliary verb is. Okay, so our adjectival clause will be that is down. Okay, thank you, Lesedi. Number 9, the plan that I proposed was rejected. Yes, Nkanka can answer this one.
So the answer is that I proposed.
Yes, thank you so much. That I proposed is our adjectival clause for this sentence. Then the last one, This is the reason why he does not want to come here.
So the answer is why he does. But this is the reason why he does not want to. Yeah. So the answer is why he does not want to come.
Yes, yes. So, yes, that is correct. Why he does not want to come is our adjectival clause. Any question on adjectival clauses? Is there anyone who needs clarity here before we go to the last activity, which will be on adverbial clauses? Any question here? Any question? Okay, so there is no question. I'm so glad that everyone is good, and everyone understands what is going on today. Okay, the last class activity for our lesson. So in this one, you identify the adverbial clauses. Okay, yes. So the first one, while the cats are away, the mice will play. So what is the answer there? What is the adverbial clause there? Remember that an adverbial clause, it functions as an adjective. Okay, so then it tells us about how something happens, why it happens, where it happens, as well as when it happens. Okay, so once you understand that, once you remember that, then you are ready to answer these questions. Yes, Asanda will answer the first one for us. Yes, Asanda.
Morning, sir, again. So
Morning.
the answer is while the cat's away. I'm not sure
Excellent.
though.
Excellent. No, you should be sure. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. Remember what I said? I said that adverbial clause, it acts as an adverb and it tells us more about why something happens. It tells us also about where something happens. It tells us about how something happens. Okay, so yes, so it tells us why something happens, where it happens, how it happens, and when it happens. So if you can look at the first sentence here, while the cat's away, the mice will play. Okay, so if you could really read, if you could look at it more carefully, you would realize that the mice will play. Why will the mice play? Because the cat's away. Okay, so therefore, while the cat's away becomes our adverbial clause because it tells us the reason why the mice will play. Okay, so yes, thank you, Asanda. That is correct. Number two, a lie travels around the world while truth is putting her boots on. Okay, let's give this one to Lesedi. Yes, Lesedi, what is the answer?
So the answer is a lie travels around the world.
The answer is a lie travels around the world.
Yes, sir.
Okay, a lie travels around the world while truth is putting her boots on. Okay, let us think about it. While the truth is putting her boots on, a lie travels around the world. Okay, yes, listen, you are correct. That's right. That's right. So you realize that a lie travels around the world. Why? Because during the time when a lie travels around the world, the truth is still busy putting her boots on. Okay, so then you realize that if then the truth was more quicker, then the lie will not have had a chance to travel around the world. Thank you so much, Lisedi. That is correct. Number three, if you don't know where you are going, any road will get you there. Okay, Wanda?
So I think it's if you don't know where you are going.
If you do not know where you are going, you think
Yes,
that
sir.
is the correct answer for this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is there anyone else who thinks something different to what Asanda has said? Is there anyone who thinks anything different to what Asanda has said? Asanda says, if you do not know where you're going, is our adverbial clause. Is that correct? What is there anyone who thinks something different? Oh, Asanda's back. I think she wants to back up her answer. Yes, Asanda.
So I
Do you want to
also
change
think
or
change, sir.
yes?
Maybe
Well,
it could also be any road will get you there.
but remember here, there's only one answer. Okay, so one of them has to be correct, while the other one is not the correct adverbial clause. Okay, so Asanda, you were right the first time. You are right. The correct answer here is if you do not know where you are going. Remember, any road will get you there. Why? Because you do not know where you're going. Okay, remember, you should really play with this in your head that, okay, for this to become an adverbial clause, it should tell you a reason why something happens, or it should tell you where something happens, or it should tell you when something happens, or it should tell you why something happens. Okay, so yes, Asanda, you are right. If you do not know where you're going, is the correct adverbial clause. Number 4, memory is deceptive because it is colored by today's events. I think this one is easy enough. Okay, wow, Asanda's so quick. Yes, Asanda.
So I also think it's because it is colored by today's events.
Exactly, correct. That is correct. Remember, we said an adverbial clause, it tells you the reason why something happens. So in this one, this is straightforward. Okay, it tells us straightforward that memory is deceptive. The reason being because it is colored by today's events. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Asanda. Thank you. Number 5, never look down on anybody unless you are helping him up. Wow, Asanda again. Ooh, Asanda, you are a star. You are a star. Thank you so much. What's the answer?
So I think it is unless you are helping him up.
Exactly, that's correct. Unless you're helping him up becomes the reason why you should not look down on anybody. Thank you, Asanda. That's correct. Number 6, you have to kiss a lot of toads before you find a handsome prince. I think this one it will be good if a girl answers this one. Oh, it's Asanda again. Yes, Asanda, yes.
So I think it's before you find a handsome prince.
Before you find a handsome prince. That's correct. Thank you. Number 7, whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. Okay, we have Amogelang this time giving Asanda a break. Oh, okay, Amogelang is gone. Oh, Amogelang, yes. What's the answer for number 7? Amogelang, are you there? Okay, we have lost Amogelang. Let's give it to Natalie. Natalie. Natalie,
Yes, sir.
what is the answer for number 7?
So it is whenever you find yourself.
On the side of the majority. Thank you. That is correct. Thank you. Number 7, life is what happens when you are making other plans. What is the answer there? Let us be quickly now. We are running out of time. So number 8, what is the answer, Lisedi?
So the answer is when you are making other plans.
Thank you so much. That is correct. Thank you. Then let's go to number 9. As soon as you forbid something, you make it extraordinarily appealing. So what's the answer there? Okay, so the answer for this one will be as soon as you forbid something. That is our adverbial clause. Then the last one, everything is funny as long as it's happening to somebody else. Okay, so Asanda will have this last one.
So I think it's as long as it's happening to somebody else.
Yes, that is correct. As long as it is happening to somebody else. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you for not hesitating to raise your hand. You know, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So unfortunately, this is the end of our lesson. So thank you for raising your hands. Amogelang, Asanda, Lesedi, Nkanka, you know, it was really good to hear all your voices, Natalie. And I hope even next time we will hear the other voices we didn't hear today. So thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm so happy, I'm so glad to see that there are no questions today, because you understand the noun clause, the adjectival clause, as well as the adverbial clause. Okay, so let us meet again same time tomorrow. Remember to stay home and stay safe. Wash your hands regularly. If you are going somewhere, please wear your mask, and remember to keep to the social distancing guidelines. So from all of us here at STEM Digital School, we love you. Goodbye, take care. Let's meet again tomorrow, same time, same place. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.